tribe of apes has evolved and survived the destruction of the human race.
Family. Future.
While they live peacefully, they are confronted by a surviving group of humans.
We don't mean any harm!
When cultures clash, there will be a fine line between peace and war in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Hi, I'm Zorianna, and I'm here with Scott and Kevin, and we're here to talk about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. We've all just seen it. Kevin, why don't you tell us what you thought?
I love this movie. I'm a big fan of the first one, Rise, and I was surprised because I don't really care for the Planet of the Apes. I never really watched them as a kid. So
yeah, me too.
You know, that was fantastic. This one, I think, just makes it more epic. It's like a masterpiece in so many different ways. And the special effects, it brings up ethical issues, and there's a lot of timely political issues that it brings up too. It's just fascinating to watch.
These last two films, Rise and now Dawn, have been amazing. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes tops its predecessor in so many ways. It's deeper, it's morally challenging to the extent that it depicts the apes and the humans as being a lot more alike than unalike. I mean, this is just one of the best sci-fi sequels of all time, up there with Aliens, The Empire Strikes Back, and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Matt Reeves, the director, really took the foundation that was set in Rise of the Planet of the Apes and just built on it. You know, there's the family led by Jason Clarke. Then there's the family led by Caesar.
Right.
And they all have their separate issues. They're all trying to protect their own interests. And what's interesting here is that there is no one clear villain.
That's
Bingo.
right. Yeah,
That
exactly.
is the thing. And you see everyone's point of view and why they ended up at that point of view and why their views are the way they are.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is an allegory. The best science fiction films of all time are films that hold the mirror up to current society. The original film from 1968 did that. It was an allegory for a metaphor for civil rights. It was a metaphor for Vietnam. And I feel like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a metaphor for the way we treat
Foreigners.
the haves and the have-nots in our society today.
Yeah.
Malcolm, I'm thinking one of us should stand guard tonight.
With what? They took our guns.
If they wanted us dead, we'd be dead already.
Maybe they're just taking their time. They already killed off half the planet already.
Come on.
What?
You can't honestly blame the apes.
Who the hell else am I gonna blame?
Well, let's talk about Andy Serkis, who plays Caesar. So amazing, and I really hope that this is the year that the Academy will actually recognize
He owns this
the skills.
movie,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly, and you can see it in his face. Like, I think people think, well, you're putting something on top of him, but you're not really putting anything on top of him because his eyes are still there and his reactions are there. Everything that the face does was done by him, and I think that's.
I think people
just
know
everything.
that by now. You know,
would
I think
think, right?
it's, you know, Gollum didn't get the credit because the technology
too
was
ahead of
still
its
too
time.
new.
Yeah.
But I
It's
ahead
think
of its time.
now, you know, I think it's more apparent now, and I hope that, I agree with you, he should get recognized.
I mean, he gets
for this.
applause every time his name comes on screen. So
Yeah.
I think at this point, people really want to see him awarded
Yeah.
for this.
Well, also, he was nominated for a Critics' Choice Award for Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Was he?
That was a very, very big deal. That was a groundbreaking move. The Academy didn't follow suit, but I think there's a good chance they will with Dawn of the Apes. I also think that Toby Kebbell is also worthy of an Oscar nom for Best Supporting Actor. But it doesn't stop there. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is worthy of Oscar nominations across the board. Obviously visual effects and sound, but also Best Screenplay, Best Director, and I'm saying this now, Best Picture. It's that good.
I want to bring up the composer Michael Giacchino. What I feel like has been missing in these big summer blockbusters for probably 20 years, since the 80s almost, is movies that don't have themes, like musical themes. And this, like, as soon as it started, you heard a theme. The music for all the emotional scenes was gorgeous.
Yep.
Like, I was very aware of it, and not in a distracting way, just in a, thank God somebody's finally doing a movie score.
Yeah, the score is
You know
very
what I mean?
noticeable.
And wasn't the score, some of it harkened back to the original?
Yes, it did.
There was moments of that.
There were
that I
bits of
felt.
the score. It wasn't too much where
Yeah.
it was obvious, but there were certain bits, certain cues that harkened back to Jerry
Yes.
Goldsmith's groundbreaking score from the original 1968 classic. But it is still, like you said, there are themes. Everyone has a theme. It's like what John Williams used to do.
Right.
And still does.
Exactly.
But that's what's great about it. And let's not forget, Michael Giacchino did win an Oscar for Up.
Also in the score, which really, a particular scene that really stuck with me was when Caesar is at his old house that used to belong to James Franco, and there is a piano, and he hits the keyboard a couple of times, and then the score picks up with the keyboard sound and continues. And I just, that was so beautiful. And that's creative, that's artistic, and that's something that someone who is scoring, that's the way they need to think. And that's why he did such a great job with that music. It was really good.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes isn't just a great sci-fi movie, it's a great movie and one of the best sequels ever. See it.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is that rare summer blockbuster film that has so much emotion and heart. I mean, it's about family, it's about loss, it's about community. It's so topical. I say see it.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes reminds me of why I fell in love with movies in the first place. See it.
Cheers!
Cheers.
No monkey business here, folks.
They're apes. Hi, I'm Zorianna, and I'm here with Skevin.
Holy moly!